Hi you guys, I'm back again. Right, as you all know, I'm doing an album that Scrappy Queen did. The other day my mum's done the same album, but she was struggling with the double inch. Well, apparently everyone struggles with it. Now I found an easier way how to do this and explain it, how other people, 2 seconds, can't cope with stuff off angle, how other people do it and what is sort of like the best. Sorry, I'm just putting some scissors up there out of way. What is the best way to sort of like do the double hinge? 2 seconds, I've got a bit of tape stuck on there. Now I found the best way to do this. 2 seconds, I'm just moving some bits around. As we all know, crafters get very messy, but unfortunately I'm a very OCD crafter. I have to have everything where I want it. So I'm going to get my scoreboard out. Unfortunately, this scoreboard is now actually going dormant. I bought myself, I'm keeping it as a scoreboard. I'm just going to take this bit out, but I'm not keeping it as a cutter anymore. Only purely because I was having problems lining the cuts up at the top. So I went out and bought a new fiscus. You will see my video what goes on it. So get your piece of cardstock and put it on. The best way I can explain this for anyone to be doing a double hinge is if you score at an inch, then you're going to score every ½ inch for 9 more. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I hate this bit of this scoreboard. I'm going to bring it down to 5. 10. Then I'm going to move it over back to where it was because we're on 5.5. We're on 5.5 inches. Then I want to add another inch back on, so I'm going to go over to 6.5 inches. All the way over to 6.5. So you should actually only have a 1 inch, ½ 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 inch, and a 1 inch. Then I'm just going to get my fiscus. Absolutely love this. Just take the blade back to the top. Unclip your safety catch. I'm going to take this in, bring it to where that score line is. And pop it like that, lock it, cut it, that, don't throw it, keep it. I don't throw no bits of scrap. I'm going to have a sort out this week because I have got an inch by an inch by an inch by an inch tall box down here with all my papers on. Then I want you to take your scoring tool and just burnish them score lines that you've done. I don't use this anymore because I found that it's gone quite sharp and sometimes it cuts through my paper. So I just use a stylus tool. And we're just going to fold all these on your marks all the way down your paper like that and just finish them down. Then what I want you to do, I'm just hoping that this is going to show up for you because pencil on black ain't good. Get a pencil, then your first inch, your 1 inch, I want you to put a 0. Then I want you to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 0 again. Then I want you to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 0 again. So if I bring that up, I'm just hoping that you can see that. So you've got 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 0. Then I want you to get your score tape, any score tape, don't really matter. If you want to do this with wet glue, it's up to you. It don't really matter. Then I want you to get your score tape, and I want you to put your score tape in the middle, making sure that you don't go on them score lines of number 1. Then I want you to do it again on your number 2. All the way across, making sure you don't go on them score lines. Then burnish your tape down. Then I want you to lift number 2's tape up. I broke a nail today, so I can't grab the back off of the tape. Sorry, that was a tripod. Didn't mean to make you all jump then. Then I want you to fold that number 2 score line that you've done over onto number 3. Then burnish it down. Then fold it back so it then looks like that. You've done that number 1, number 2 and number 3. Then I want you to get your score tape again. Take your tape off, then that number 1 fastens onto your number 4. Then push that 1 inch flap with the 0 on back. Then turn it over like that and fold that number 2 and number 3 and burnish along that line. And if you look, you get a double hinge like that. Then what I want you to do again, ignoring that 0 that you've done, I want you to move to your number 1 again and put your score tape along that number 1. Take it off, and again on your number 2, push it along, take your tape off, burnish your tape down. Now if you want, you can turn it around, it's up to you. It's just whichever way you find it's easier. Then I want you to take that score tape off of your number 2 again and fold that number 3 over onto that number 2. So if you fold it, you've got a single hinge and a score tape like that. So you've only got a single hinge there. Then I want you to lift your tape off of your number 1, your backing off of your double tape, off your double-sided tape off of your number 1. Then I want you to fold your number 4 onto your number 1 again. Then I want you to burnish it right down really well. Fold that 0 back. So if you look at your paper from the back, you should have 1, 2, 3 zeros. If you look there, you've got your 3 zeros. That is the back. So obviously, well, you've got it laid flat. If you want to put your tape across, you can do. Then if you turn it back over, and that number 2 and that number 3 that you burnished, I want you to fold it and burnish it. And then, just fold that. I want you both these 2 pieces to go the same way. Then if you're looking at it, side on, that is your double hinge with a 1/2 inch gap in between. So when you've got your paper on, it'll sit like that. So if I grab, have I got a pocket here that I did? I have. If you've got your pocket and you've got that hinge, that then, obviously I know that this won't go on there. That sits on there, then when you put your other pocket, it sits over the top of it then. So, and then what you want to do is, where you've glued your first set of folds that you did, your number 2 and your number 3, I want you to put your tape all the way around on both sides. If you look at mine that I've got ready for my album, I've done that, and that's my hinges. So then when it comes to putting this on, obviously you might hear your corners a little bit. I'll just mighten my corner on this so then you can see what I'm doing. Like that. Then you've got your first pocket. Obviously I'm not going to be taping this down because I haven't finished these pockets, but that is going to be your first pocket. For instance, I'll just grab a couple of pegs just to show you what it will look like. That's one, that's two. Then if you get your other one that you've done and slide that one on, and then when you've put them on, like so, I'll just have to peg this for now. I'm just showing you as an example because I don't want to be fastening these down just yet, because obviously I'm wanting to finish my pockets off before I do. That is then, if you look, your pockets sit on top of each other and you get a nice overlap like that. So when they're fastened down in your album, it will look like that. And then you've got your 1 and your 2 for your album. So that's that bit of your album, and that's me just showing you an idea on how to do it. For them that haven't done any yet, that are first to doing this, I just thought it'd be easy just to show you how to make the double hinge. As you can see, very easy, very simple. I have now got 2 of these because I had to show my mum how to do it. So it's the easiest way how to do it. You get them like that, and as you know, when they're fastened to your album, it makes them sit flush like that. I mean, if you really wanted to and you wanted that down a little bit more, because by the time you could do that at 1/8 of an inch at this side on these 2, as long as you score them 10 lines, and that is then how it will sit inside the album. As you can see from that end, it's going to then sit roughly like that, and this is how you get your overlap. So that's that, and it was just an easy way to show you how to do them hinges. Excuse the noise in the background. It's okay, leave him to it. Men and men, and toys and toys. Right, so far as we got to the other day, we did as pocket, and then we got all those other bits pre-prepped, pre-scored, pre-taped. I haven't pre-inked yet. There then, they want to go there. These are just some little cards I'm going to have on. This is that one, that's that one, that's that one. Top page, that goes on my top page, that goes on my top page, that's my right, that's my left. So we're going to go back to his album. Obviously you've got your album now. Mine are curling a little bit, but it's okay. So unfortunately a bit of my tape has started lifting on some of these, but I might cut a few of these down yet because I think they're just a little bit long. Actually, that stayed there. The only thing is, when it comes to putting these on, these are then going to be starting to sit on top of these. So I'm just going to see if I can move these over this way a little bit. I might just have to cut a bit of this lace up here bit of this bulk off of the lace. I'm just going to move that over that way a bit. Same with this, I'm just going to cut the bulk off of this lace. And I'm just going to pull it over to that side a bit. I'm just going to cut this down a little bit. Do the same here. Just cut a little bit of that off, pull it over to an angle, and whatever's too much, I'm just going to trim it down like that. And then I'm just going to get a bit of double-sided tape, and I'm just going to pop that bit of double-sided tape over there like that. I'm just going to do it on all of them, just to give it that bit of added strength, because you're not going to see this lace by the time we've finished putting all those pockets and everything else on. This you're not going to see, but I just want to make sure that it's staying down where it should stay. And it's not going to be lifting up and moving about. As long as you're down from the top, it don't really matter, as long as you're not putting your tape right to the top. And then I think I'm going to do the same on these. I'm just going to put that double-sided tape over them, just to give it that bit of added security to hold them down. And if you can hear a whirring sound in the background, it's my fan. It's absolutely roasting over here, and I mean roasting. It's so warm, and I haven't been on for the last few days because I've had my daughter in hospital. She's a lot better now, but she did have kidney stones, and at 15, very painful. I was absolutely mortified because a doctor came to take her bloods and used the same needle twice. Absolutely disgusted. And that were at Hull Royal Infirmary. I was absolutely mortified. I did report it the next day to a senior member of staff, but as a doctor they shouldn't. Right, now these, obviously we know these are going here, but what I'm going to do is, because you've got your one here, put them on right side, that's your left side, that's your right side. I want to make sure that, yes, I want them on that edge of that board, but before I do that, I think I'm gonna fasten this double hinge down, because then I can line this up right with that, and I want to make sure that I've got in the right amount at each side overlapping on here, and that belongs to that side. I want to make sure that I've centred these up absolutely perfect, like that, and that where my bend is in this bit, as I bend it up, that has got the same distance there as it has there. and I want it over this way a bit more because you've got your bulk of your album. That's why I've done these at 1" by 1" by 1", and I want this bit as near over this side as I can, but I want it to overlap this bit at the bottom here just 1/8 of an inch, and make sure that you've got the same amount at the top and as you have at the bottom. So what I do is I just get my ruler, yep, move them out that way, and my ruler there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take that, and I'm just going to put a pencil line there, and then I'm going to do the same here and just put a pencil line there. And if I get this and put that there, it is level at each side like that. So I'm going to take this, and I am going to use the red tape on this because I find the red tape is super strong. I have got some of this what I could use actually, but I'm just hoping it's going to be strong enough. So I'll move that up there, and I'm gonna take it over each side a bit, but I want to take this as far as I can up to that edge. Doesn't matter if you're that a little bit over on that edge, purely and simply because you're going to be cutting it down anyway in a minute. So I'll just take that up there like that. I'll do the same on the opposite side.